A-side, Gervonta Davis or Devin Haney? What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Cardinal Red Sports. Let's talk about it. Alright, y'all. So, we all know that there's a potential super fight in the making between Gervonta Tank Davis and Devin the Dream Haney. Both sides are calling each other out, but neither side has yet to sign a contract. I just wanted to discuss who would actually be the A side in that fight for anybody listening.
I don't think Devin and Tank is going to fight. I think it's too much weight that separates them. I know it's only one division, but Devin rehydrated it's not his fault. You know, both guys are going to be dictating too much. Devin is not going to fight Tank at 135, and I don't think Tank is going to fight him at 140, so I don't think the fight's going to happen.
All right, y'all. So, you know, this is a big time matchup. You know, Devin the Dream Haney versus Gervonta Tank Davis. One of the biggest fights to be made in the lightweight division. I think this fight potentially could be bigger than the Tank Davis-Ryan Garcia fight. Although, we all know that Ryan Garcia has one of the biggest Instagram and social media followings when it comes to a boxer.
Stop looking at me, shit! Stop it!
And Devin Haney don't really got that. You know, Gervonta Davis has a pretty good size social media following as well. So, when it comes to that fight, the Ryan Garcia-Gervonta Davis fight doing well, social media had a lot to do with that. So, you know, it's possible that the Tank Davis-Devin Haney fight could do huge numbers, you know, just within the boxing world. But I do think that they'll need some extra push from social media to get to that 1.4, 1.5, 1.6 million pay-per-view buys.
Question is, can you pick up or what I'm putting down?
But that doesn't mean that this isn't one of the most intriguing matchups when it comes to skill sets. I think that that's the bigger difference. You know, the Ryan Garcia-Gervonta Davis fight was huge because of the social media followings. I think the Gervonta Davis-Devin Haney fight would be huge because of boxing fans and the skill sets. You know, boxing fans want to see the best fight the best, taking nothing away from Ryan Garcia. He's a good fighter. You know, he has skills, but he's not on the level of Tank Davis or Devin Haney.
The end to send a message for you. The end of who? The end of my dick, nigga.
And I think if you put Devin Haney in the ring with him, he might give him a few good rounds, but he ultimately would knock Ryan Garcia out as well. So, you know, when it comes to the Devin Haney-Gervonta Davis fight, who is the A-side and why would that specific person be the A-side? You know, you can make a case for Devin Haney. Devin Haney been undisputed, 130, 135. Devin Haney has a title at 140. So, I think most people would say that gives him the A-side. That makes him the A-side. He's a title holder, and he's been undisputed. He's accomplished more in the sport than Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis, I believe, has a regular title down at 135. I can't remember exactly which one, but I do believe he has a regular title and some interim titles down at 130, 135. So it's not like he hasn't accomplished anything, but he hasn't gotten those championship caliber fights yet in his career. So a lot of people feel like he's not on Devin Haney's level because he hasn't won title belts.
Oh, kids and their crazy dreams.
I'm so depressed I can't even blink.
Now, on the other hand, you got the Gervonta Davis crowd that says, well, this man's selling the most pay-per-views, has a huge audience, and he's knocking people out at one of the highest rates we've ever seen in the sport of boxing. So that would make him the A side. But then people will argue back saying that he doesn't have that title experience and he's been fighting nothing but bums.
You walk over with your limping back.
Now, let me address the bum talk real fast. You know, people can say what they want to say about Gervonta Davis's record. Has he been fighting all champions? No, but has he fought everybody that they put in front of him who's been within the top 5, top 10 of fighters in his division? Yes, he has, and he's beaten every last one of them in convincing fashion. Like, there was no doubt in your mind he was going to win 90% of those fights. Now, there was 10% in there that looked kind of iffy for a few rounds, but then when Gervonta turned it on, he ended up beating the crap and knocking that person out as well. So, I don't think that he's necessarily been fighting bums. He just hasn't been fighting champions. In this day and age, with so many people being undisputed and, title fights becoming farther and farther between, and people just kind of going after the money, it's hard to put together a lot of championship level fights. So it's not surprising that a guy like Gervonta Davis can go this far into his career and not have fought for championships, not just one championship, but multiple championships at this point. So, you can make a case for either guy. You can make a case for Devin and all his titles, or you can make a case for Gervonta Davis and all his knockouts. Now, who would be the A-side in that fight? If it's at 135, I would say 130 or 135, I would say it's definitely Gervonta Davis. He's the bigger draw down there. He's the top guy. He's got the most knockouts. He has the most fans. If it's at 140, I think you're going to have a harder argument with a lot of people because Gervonta Davis isn't a title holder. Now, he might actually hold a title at 140. I can't remember exactly where that title he won was at. It was either at 140 or 135. And I'm not sure exactly if that's an interim title that he won or a regular title, like a regular WBA or WBC title. But he does hold a title. Now, if he holds that title at 140, he has an argument. If he doesn't hold that title at 140, then I think a lot of people are going to try to argue him down that he's not the A-side because Gervonta Davis doesn't hold a title at 140 and Devin Haney does. But if you ask me, what would I base it off of? I mean, it's obviously got to be who's going to sell the fight. If Gervonta Davis's name is going to be what's selling the fight, he has to be the A-side. It's not going to be Devin Haney. We can see by his previous pay-per-view numbers. Now, once again, if you compare that to the Gervonta Davis-Ryan Garcia fight, you got to give a lot of that credit to Ryan Garcia because those were a lot of his fans. But Gervonta Davis fights before that was still doing 300, 400, 500,000 buys. So he was still the draw, So if you put him in there with Devin Haney, he's still going to be the draw. Devin Haney's not doing those numbers just yet. He might start doing those numbers, but at the moment he's not. So if we base it just off the numbers, then of course Gervonta Davis is the A-side. If you base it just off the titles, of course Devin Haney is the A-side. But if you ask me, Gervonta Davis is going to be the one selling that fight.
A lot of people listen to me and watch me and may look up to me and think I'm a certain kind of guy, I'm a good guy, but they have to understand that I'm not worthy of praise. But I look at YouTube and I see guys have Mike Tyson Immortal, Mike Tyson God, and I'm not worthy of that. Not for somebody to praise me or anything, no. I'm always just Mike. Imagine how low I had to be to worship a nothing. Somebody that's nothing, and I worship them.
Y'all let me know what y'all think about all that down in the comment section below. That like button for me. A share, subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. But you're more than likely to get a response on the tube, so holler at me over there. If you want to collab or feature a product or your channel on my channel, feel free to hit my Gmail because it is a flock of cards at gmail.com.
I got a plan, better yet a blueprint, 100,000 CDs, trying to start a movement. Mama told me pray about it, you can do it. Daddy told me they won't give you shit, you gotta prove it. So I'm back with my true shit, me against you like a bat against a toothpick. But yet I'm still on my cool shit, calming niggas down when they wanna pop a few clips. And leave your brains on your collarbone. Have your ass all gone like Carter Holmes. If you're feeling like I'm fly, you are not alone. But you a bitch, get your runway model on. I'm fly. You ain't never heard a track this clean. You ain't never heard a flow this mean. You ain't never seen a nigga this high. You ain't never seen a nigga this fly. Fly in a set of wings. I'm seen. I'm fly than them other guys. I'm flyest motherfucker alive. Show a player love when I approach her. Bang on tracks, keep my mic in a holster. Your boy ain't missing, but his face on posters. The young, fresh nigga, baddest fly as a vulture. I stay around dead guys, try and make my bread rise. Potent marijuana, give me red eyes. And I ain't lying, you can smell it on me. I ain't let the bouncer hit it, so he tellin' on me. Nigga, run along and tell your homies. I don't even know your homie, I can tell you phony. My guest list keeps some felons on it. It's like my lid got helicopter propellers on it. I'm fly. You ain't never heard a track this clean. You ain't never heard a flow this mean. You ain't never seen a nigga this high. You ain't never seen a nigga this fly than a set of wings. I'm fly than you ever seen.